Snoop Doggy Dogg is facing the wrath of the wokies. That's right, we're not making any kind of jokies here, folks. He came out and said Pixar and Disney had gone too far. Papa Snoop was having to explain to the grandkids how two women can have a baby every time he took his kiddos to see a Disney flick. Now, they're, flicking him off into the ether. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to tell you Snoop's career might not last, but it's been a blast watching him take down Disney. And folks, welcome back to another of a dandy of a day video right here. The only way we know how to make them is excellently, and that's what we intend to do. As we dive into the Snoop Dogg controversy with the woke attempting to cancel him for good, click that like button and do some real good for the channel. Let's go! Out of that. Hello folks and happy Friday. We're going to bring the panel on in just a minute, but I gotta show you what's breaking, literally breaking as we speak. Launching today, ladies and gentlemen, out of the AV Club. Click the like button. Here we go. By Emma Keats. Lightyear writer responds after Snoop Dogg expresses fear of on-screen lesbians. Now, this is not at all what Snoop Dogg says that he's afraid of, at all. In fact, he doesn't say he's afraid. Snoop, Papa Snoop as they call him now that he's a grandpa, Grandpa Snoop, said he didn't know what to do when his grandson turns and says to him, "Hey, Papa Snoop, how two women make a baby?" And Papa Snoop didn't know what to say to that. And a lot of Papa Snoops out there wouldn't know what to say to that. But the writer for Lightyear, the writer is coming out and attacking Snoop Dogg over this. And listen, the community behind Snoop Dogg is getting ready to go to the defense. Big time. And Disney's got to love all of this. Disney loves when Lightyear is back in the news. In space, no one can hear your questionable takes on children's movies, but when you express them on a podcast, lots of people can, says the article. Let's just skip we don't need the pattern. Let's get to the chatter. Here's what it is. This is from Lauren Gunderson. Lauren is the writer behind Lightyear, and she cost a lot of people a lot of jobs. Let me say it again. This virtue signaling warrior lost a lot of people their jobs, their careers, cost them houses, cars, lots of lifetime stress. I'm going to read you what she has to say, and I'm going to address just how much damage she did. So I created the Lightyear lesbians, Gunderson wrote in a post on Instagram. In 2018, I was a writer at Pixar. Such a cool place. Grateful to work there. Learned a ton from kind and impressive creatives. As we wrote early versions of what became Lightyear, a key character needed a partner. And it was so natural to write she instead of he. As small as that detail is in the film, I knew the representational effect it could have. Small line, big deal. I was elated that they kept it. That's not the problem. Again, is it a problem? Well, you made it into a problem. But the big problem is, hey, Snoop Dogg, hey, Papa Snoop, how two women make a baby? Because you went beyond. You went above and beyond. You went to infinity and beyond. And you know what happens when you go to infinity beyond with crazy, woke, lazy garbage? You lose jobs. Lauren, hey, this is what you did out of The Guardian. And you know The Guardian loves reporting on this kind of stuff, right? So if The Guardian's saying it, they don't want to say it. The Guardian's saying it. Makers of Lightyear flop among Pixar job cuts by Disney. The director and producer of Toy Story spinoff lost their roles after the $200 million production brought in just $226.7 million in global ticket sales. We also now know that this movie had about a $370 million total expense in marketing and production. $370. What does that mean? Well, it needed somewhere around $700 million to break even. It didn't. $700 million to break even. That's because Disney gets back half of whatever happens at the box office. So it needed $700 to recoup $350. $370s really, but easy math, eh? It made $226. You figure out the math there. Anybody know how to do subtraction? I bet you can. It says Walt Disney's Pixar Animation Studios has eliminated 75 positions, including those of two executives behind the box office disappointment Lightyear, sources said on Saturday. The first significant job cuts at the studio in a decade. The cuts included Lightyear director Angus MacLane, a 26-year Pixar veteran. Galen Sussman, producer of Lightyear, also departed. And so did 73 other people. But you know what? Lauren Gunderson, she's so proud of herself. She's so proud of costing 75, at least, people their jobs. She's so proud. What a stunning and brave thing for a writer who kept going on to other places. What a stunning and brave thing for her to do. Let's go down now to the New York Post. This is hosted on the New York Post by Fox News writer Christine Parks. Breakfast Club defends Snoop Dogg after rapper calls out LGBTQ plus content in children's movies. The Breakfast Club is a very influential radio program aimed at, what would you call it, the urban demographic, maybe? We can call it that? Is that okay? Host of the nationally syndicated radio show and podcast, The Breakfast Club, defended rapper Snoop Dogg on Tuesday after he raised concerns about stuff that was in the children's movie. Snoop Dogg explained on Sarah Fontenot's podcast, It's Giving, last week that he took his grandson to see Pixar's Lightyear, which features, and listen, I wish they would get this right, okay? Yes, it does feature a same-sex couple. That's not the issue that Snoopity Dogg had to say was the cause of his ire with his grandson. He recalled his grandson quizzing him about how the couple in the film had a child together. Snoop didn't know how to answer it. Snoop was like, man, you know, I took biology class. I just don't remember. And he said, I'm scared to go to the movies. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of that I don't have an answer for. Well, the Breakfast Club is defending. The Breakfast Club is coming to the defense of Snoop Dogg. And you know what that means, folks? It means good luck to the white Karen Ryder out there who thinks she's done such a stunning and brave thing, because this is a hornet's nest, and you just took the wiffle bat to it. So good luck with that. You cost 75 people their jobs. They think you're stunning and brave, too. Let's get the panel right now. Let's find out what they have to say. There's more to this, folks. You won't believe it. Let's dive in right now. Oh, out of thatparkplace.com by Marvin Montanero. Snoop Dogg torches Disney Pixar as rap legend was blindsided by Lightyear 2 mom scenes. I didn't come for this. And they're coming after him. We'll get to that in just a minute. When one of the biggest names in entertainment takes aim at Disney, people notice. That's exactly what happened this week when Snoop Diggity Dogg, the rap legend and cultural icon, openly criticized the Disney Pixar film Lightyear for inserting a parent subplot into what was marketed as a children's adventure. You can see the picture there. Snoop had some questions about this. Here's what he said. Appearing on the It's Giving podcast, Snoop explained how the infamous scene created an awkward moment for him while watching the film with his grandson, when the boy innocently asked, "Hey, Papa Snoop, how'd she have a baby with a woman?" The rapper admitted he was blindsided. His blunt response pulled no punches. "I didn't come for this," Snoop said. "I just came to watch a movie." He didn't curse that much. That would even be impressive for Snoop Dogg, but you get the idea. And there he is, dressed up as Lightyear before.
I think he was speaking Josha for a second. So.
It could be. Okay, so Snoop Dogg came out and criticized Pixar years after, and guess what, folks? They're out to get him. Snoop Diggity Dogg is on the cancel list. This is out of Breitbart. I don't have to read the headline. If you're listening to this as a podcast, I'm just going to tell you that the people that you know would come after Snoop are coming after Snoop. We can't read the headline. We just can't. But they're coming after him. I'll see what I can read of the article to even help you out. Reality show host and actor T.S. Madison, I don't know how you pronounce it, joined the chorus of voices calling rapper Snoop Dogg a bad person, with a particular word we can't say here, for questioning why alphabet content is being shoved into children's programming. The rapper revealed his misgivings on, well, you all know that. And by the way, here's what else he said. He said, "These are kids. We have to show that at this age. They're going to ask questions. I don't have the answer." So here's the response. Speaking to TMZ Live, Madison called Snoop Dogg's reaction, we'll just say grotesque. We can't say the word. It's phobic. How about that? On TMZ Live, we asked her about Snoop's controversial statements, and she again goes on to say that not only is it phobic, but also this person, Madison Tees, is tired of black men, this is the quote, black men speaking out against the alphabet community. Now, we're not going to play the video there. I'll just go to the panel. They're out to get him. I don't think this is going to slow down. I think they're not happy with Snoop Dogg. He might be uncancelable because he may have reached that point in his life where he can just say, "Screw you, I don't care." I don't know, but they're going to come after him. Erika, I see you nodding in agreement. What are your thoughts on how Snoop Dogg has riled them up? And it's on a movie that's years old now.
Well, I find it interesting. When I heard it, I was like, oh, I didn't know where he stood on any of this stuff. I honestly just assumed he was part of the left-wing folk because of his, well, I know he's dabbled quite a bit in the adult film industry. I've never really been a fan of him. but
He
I
just didn't
agree with
expect
him.
Pixar to do that too.
Yeah. So I'm surprised, but also really pleased to hear that he has a stance on this. But having grandkids sometimes will do that to you, kind of pull you in a little bit. And good for him. We need people. We need more voices like that are in his, I guess, like you put it. I think he's made his money. He's made a name for himself. He's not really worried about it, and I think he'll be fine. He can pretty much tell people to just.
Well, here's the thing,
go
Ron.
away.
Here's the thing. When you've caused Snoop Dogg to say you've gone too far, hey Disney, you went too far. You lost Snoop Dogg, man.
Yeah, it's I'm so sick and tired of certain folks trying to normalize what's not normal. First of all, it's not normal. Be cool with that. You don't put it in kids' content. If there's any type of uniqueness about a person or even a group or whatever, I think that they're better off to actually embrace the fact that they have a uniqueness. You don't try to normalize a uniqueness by putting it into kids' content that is specifically made for kids. All Snoop was doing is his reaction was the reaction of a normal human being. Okay, I went to take my kids to see something called Buzz Lightyear. I've seen all the Toy Story movies. I've seen, Buzz and Woody react, and it's fun, and that's probably what he's thinking. And he's got grandkids in this case, and he just wants to be able to sit down, watch a movie with them, and not have to explain questions like weird stuff that they would have. I think that it's the same thing that if you're in a Disney park, your kid shouldn't turn to you and go, "Mommy, why is that man wearing a dress?"
And just to clarify too, Ron, when you say, don't normalize something that's abnormal, what we're talking about here is Snoop is sitting there with his grandson, I suppose, and the grandson says, "Hey, Papa Snoop, how do two women have a baby?"
Right.
And he's thinking back into his biology class and maybe some of his experiences. I don't know if Snoop Dogg is very experienced in this area. I don't want to claim he is or not. Snoop Dogg may have been a celibate fellow for most of his life. You all know him better than I do. He may have been very Culture, why don't you doubt the virtuous Snoop? But Snoop Dogg thinks back to his, as a very innocent man, thinks back to his biology classes, and when he turns to his grandson, says, I don't know. I don't know how two women make a baby. That's different. That's what Ron's trying to say. Culture,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just very, very simple. It's simplicity, right? There's certain things that don't belong in children's spaces when you're talking about an age demographic primarily under 10 years old in this case. Don't put it in there. Just don't.
You see, Culture, when two women love each other very, very much, the storks are told in the North Pole that I'm confused again. Let me get back to the books. I'm going to read up on this. Culture, take it over for a minute. I need some help.
Sure. Well, let me put it this way. Snoop is not a penitent man. He is not.
You've exceeded my vocabulary for the day. Hang on. He is not a what kind of man? Did you just slur?
No,
The penitent man kneels before God. The penitent man kneels before God.
The great Saint Snoop? You just slurred Saint Snoop?
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he acknowledges and or repents for his wrongdoings or his sins. In other words.
Non-penitent.
Yes.
Non-penitent.
What's today's secret word?
Yeah.
Folks,
sorry.
remember, if you're walking down the grocery aisle today and somebody says the word non-penitent, you have to scream in the grocery store randomly. Go ahead, guys.
I think we need to go easy on Snoop Dogg here. From what I hear, there was a lot of trouble in LBC when he was growing up.
Straight out of Pixar.
Look, and I'm not going to shame him for drinking or sipping on gin and juice. I'm just saying, he's not exactly the virtuous amongst us. Now he's a good dude. Now he does a lot of great things. I have to say, he's an
somehow,
incredible.
some way, absolutely.
He's an incredible business person. So, but I thought it's really odd because in watching the clip itself from this particular It's Giving podcast, I was so surprised at just how out of context the mainstream media took this particular matter. How odd that would be. It's almost like they have an agenda that they want to constantly roll out at anybody who's still paying attention to them. It was just odd to me.
Look, Snoop has been to jail multiple times on drug and gun charges. He was charged with first-degree murder in 1993, but was then acquitted in 1996. You know, a very checkered past. Snoop also, I believe, threw his lot in with the woke back in 2016. I think he said something about how anyone who voted for Trump was dumb or something like that. But then I think Snoop is an opportunist. I think Snoop sees where the wind is blowing and goes with it. And that's why he's remained relevant for as long as he has, because during the most recent election, the left went ballistic because he performed for Trump during Trump's campaign. So they've been looking for a reason to cancel him now for over a year. And now they're finally going to go for it. Snoop has been on their list for a while.
He's on a list. He's on the cancel list. Remember, don't make the mob mad. You can allegedly delete somebody and go to jail for it. They don't care. But you say something about two mommies making a baby and you didn't know what to say to the kid in the movie theater when they asked about it, and you're done for. Get out of here, Snoop. You're canceled. You're gone. They've had enough of you. Folks, that's what's going on in the entertainment world today. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We are done for now, but don't worry. Do not fret. Not yet, for more content is still coming your way 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. What a joy it has been to share our time with you. We hope you feel the same. Adding value to your every single day is our job here, and we take it very seriously. Folks, the only thing we ask in return is that you consider clicking that like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. And drop a comment right on down below. And folks, if you'd like to subscribe to our partner YouTube channels, That Park Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place, and some of those radio stations like Vacation Radio, well, we certainly would appreciate it. Until the next time we have the honor of spending time and being invited into your day, folks, we go on our way saying this: keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.